recording, and we're live, and we're good.
Yay!
But
We're
unfortunately,
here.
we have to hear our government-mandated intro.
Oh, Christ.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the B-movie battle sanctioned by the government of Wonderland. Swear words of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the show. All other swear words are restricted. Wonderland officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the show and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 1 continuous hour. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until the review concludes. Blessed be our Wonderland leaders in America, a nation reborn. B-movie battle is now in effect.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to B-Movie Battle, episode 59, Nic Cage Cast 37 for World Trade Center 2006. I'm Phoenix West.
Dick it.
It's my favorite intro I've ever made.
It's a good one.
We're reviewing it. Today is September 11th, 2021, so it's the 20th anniversary. We were originally going to do Valley Girls, but I figured let's swap it out for World Trade Center because we're never going to record on 9/11 again on an anniversary, like a special anniversary.
Yeah, darn it. Shit. Too bad.
Let me get one thing out of the way. Remember this?
Oh, yeah. There it is. Oh, look at that.
The Korean Blu-ray.
Holy shit. How much does that cost you?
$20 or so.
Oh, wow. Are there any special features, though?
Yeah. I don't know
Wow.
if it's in Korean, but...
Oh, we love a Nicolas Cage in Korea.
Hey, if they can handle our animation on Fox, they can do...
Oh, they can do Nic Cage movies. Absolutely.
But
Those
the cover art is fucking terrible.
You know, well, a lot of Koreans died in the Hiroshima explosions in Nagasaki because they were the slave labor of the Japanese.
And then they have a background with the exact same picture on it, just in color. But whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got it on Blu-ray now. I fixed the problem.
You're going to watch it multiple times on Blu-ray because it's a feel-good movie?
Or that's a movie I just bought because fuck that DVD.
I'm going to watch it with your kids and talk about when Elizabeth Shue talks about cum in her hair.
And when she's pouring wine on her or whatever on her chest and he's looking it off of her.
Kids, I'll tell you what's happening here later.
That DVD, by the way, was an unrated version of the movie. That
right, yeah, you said like 30 seconds of stuff.
long.
Yeah.
Stupid. I can't remember if I brought that up or not, but yeah, fuck that.
Was that a purchase was that an Amoeba purchase?
Not Amoeba. No, I got that at Zia Records out here.
Oh, okay.
Where I got most of my Cage movies.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not going to pay full price for Stolen.
Why would you?
Or Rage.
You're only human.
Nic Cage in 2012 he put out so many bad movies. Like Stolen, Raid, like that little era he had where it's just these terrible Bulgarian movies.
Now, I'll be honest with you.
Season of the Witch is 2011.
Season of the Witch is
Trespass with Joel Schumacher. Ugh. Anyway,
this one is 2006.
Yeah.
So this movie came out literally about 5 years after 9/11. It came out in August because I remember working at the theater, and Oliver Stone was at the theater every day promoting it, doing screenings. So I got to watch Oliver Stone do Q&As, and he wasn't like super nuts. Like I was kind of surprised, and I actually kind of agreed with him because he said like, well, I think American children, like high schoolers, they should do like what they do in Israel, serve 2 years in the military or do some type of public service for their country so that they appreciate where they live. I was like, that's a good idea. I can get behind that. That'd be kind of neat. I like that idea because he did it. He was in Vietnam. I mean, he volunteered for it, I guess.
That explains a lot of his early career because fucker worked hard on. Like he won an Oscar for a Vietnam movie.
Yeah.
directing a Vietnam movie. So the man cares about Vietnam.
Well, he's a good director. I mean, Oliver Stone, say what you want, good director, good writer. He's written some of the best big screenplays. He's in the '80s. He wrote a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And he was a go-to screen doctor, and then he became a director. Yeah, I mean, he's super famous. This movie, not his best. I would say it's probably in the low 5 of his movies.
I don't want to go that far.
I don't know. This movie is like a made-for-cable movie. It's okay.
Okay. What I was going to say, obviously I want to get your opinions out of the way first. So what about you kind of mentioned you had a couple stories about it at the theater.
Well, yeah, because when this came out, it was still pretty prevalent because this just happened 5 years after it happened. But I remember working at the theater and like people would, because it was in the dome, and people would run out crying in the beginning because the first like 10 minutes are the towers coming down. So people would seriously leave emotionally distraught.
I had left
and
LA.
leave the movie.
I've been left LA about a year prior.
Yeah.
Now you're working at the ArcLight, which is that still open?
Nope, they shut down this year.
Yeah.
They're out of business. They finally shut down.
Not a bad theater.
That was a great theater. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But they fucked
we
up.
Saw a lot of movies there.
Oh, yeah, I spent so much time there.
We saw more at Grauman's Chinese, though.
That's my favorite theater. It's Grauman's Chinese Theater.
It's the classic style, and I like the old school theaters more than
Well, now
it was more modern.
Now it's an IMAX theater, the Grauman's Chinese, but it's still awesome. It's the same decor, just the seats are better because they're all stadium seating now. Before there was that sloped on the ground.
I like
seating.
the sloped.
Well, it was neat, but this one's better. I do appreciate what they did. They did a really good job keeping. They have like the slope, but it's a comfortable.
But they kept the aesthetic on the wall.
Oh, it's all there. Yeah, everything's there. Yeah, it's the same.
That's a theater that cannot touch
what's
on the walls because that's what makes it the theater it is. It's I like that theater a lot.
Oh, it's
I never went to the Egyptian ever. Not once.
I went there for the Clone Wars premiere.
I remember looking out when we were in school and looking out, and for like a full year, it was Hidalgo. And I'm like, why is that still there? It's been there for a year. Like, how is that still premiering there?
They just couldn't have any other movie show there because Viggo Mortensen owned that place.
But why? I don't.
Doesn't come down. God damn it! Not until Eastern Promises.
And the Kodak Theater is right next door to Chinese Theater, but
not even Kodak. It's not Kodak anymore.
What is it now?
I can't remember.
I don't.
Kodak's out of business.
Movies, did they? Wasn't it just there for the Oscars? That was it.
No, it was the Oscars. Kodak was still film, and now it's not film anymore, so it doesn't exist. So Kodak's gone. It's just called. I forgot what it's called now. It's changed titles so many times, but that's where the Oscars were. I don't know if they're still there. They might have moved somewhere else now. I think last year they were somewhere else.
The Dolby Theater. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is now. Yeah, because it's not Grauman's Chinese anymore. It's Dolby Chinese.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Grauman's hasn't owned it in like 25 years. Something.
No. Still, my favorite theater in LA was still the New Beverly.
Yeah, New Beverly was fun, but that's gone too now.
Is it really?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, it's not. Lemley Sunset 5 is gone.
Okay. What about the Silent Theater? Is that gone?
I think that one might be gone too now, I think.
That sucks.
I don't know. I went to a lot of things there too.
Yeah.
Everybody would have premieres, like their short film premieres or whatever. And I remember watching the Oscars live there with my friends and then like making people laugh because you'd yell at the screen. That was fun.
It was a small little theater in a small little group. And those are doomed. They can last a little, like little lights when they go out. Yeah.
Unless Quentin Tarantino bought it. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to stay.
New Beverly, though, you sit in those seats and you're like, someone came in these seats 20 years ago.
Absolutely.
Someone was popping off in here.
And murdered.
Yeah. But then, now it's a nice area. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching the movie and I'm like, I can. And they're like 2 back-to-back old Clint Eastwood movies for $5. I'm like, fuck yeah.
That's
pretty good. All the time. Especially because when I lived with that guy, remember that weirdo?
Oh, yeah. That guy, yeah.
We lived right next to it.
Is that where you were? You were by the Beverly Center? Okay. Or Beverly.
I would just pop over there for double feature because I do nothing else. So
I
$5.
couldn't remember where it was. I think I was only there once. I think I
Yeah.
went there for a couple of I wanted to go there more, but I just never did. Oh no, I think Tarantino bought the Vista on Sunset. I
Also,
think he bought another theater
oh,
because Vista's a famous one, but I think that was going out of business too because COVID must have killed it. And then he's coming. I think he just bought it and he's making another theater for himself.
you think you would have bought the one in Westwood there on the corner,
Westwood,
like about 2 blocks south of the UCLA campus? It's where he shot that scene in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Where Sharon
Well,
Tate
I
goes
think
watching
that's
herself.
the Fox Theater. I think Fox owns that,
You think he would
or
buy it though?
Disney now owns
Yeah.
it. So I think that's a studio owned theater.
That explains it. I
Yeah,
don't remember what it was
because
called, but I remember
used to-
Mystic River playing there.
yeah, they had little theaters in Westwood. Like they had 2 or 3, but I think they're all gone now because they're like AMC theaters. That's where I saw Baghead.
That's where me and Michael went and saw because you couldn't go because I think you were out.
Closer, yeah, I was
Saw
that. Yeah.
Closer, and
Oh God, I wish I was there for that. That was a great movie.
Natalie Portman and Jude Law. We saw them get into a car and we're like, ah, cool. Let's go.
They were fucking.
Everyone in that movie's fucking.
I'm a fucking caveman.
Okay.
Did you come?
I haven't seen that movie since the theater.
Closer's a
It
great
was good.
comedy.
It was good.
Closer's hilarious. I love Closer.
Yeah.
That's a funny movie.
I have a thing with Natalie Portman where I do like her, but I think she's a terrible actress most of the time.
I don't like her at all. I think there's something. I used to love her.
Yeah.
But I think now I'm just like, there's something about her. She's just awful. I just don't like her.
I think she was a good kid actor. Like in
Sure.
Heat and Leon.
Yeah.
She's good in those.
Well, she's barely in Heat. She barely registers. So she's
Yeah,
not
but-
like, she's just, whatever. She's there to be a catalyst for Al Pacino to go, oh, you're not going, you're not tonight, baby.
He slapped the shit out of her.
Kind of,
You know what's funny is we're watching Big Sky, like I told you, and suddenly Ted Levine shows up,
oh shit.
and I saw him. I was like, but he looks old now. And I went, is that Ted Levine from Heat? Also Silence of the Lambs? Like, it's funny that I think Heat first and then goes on to the Lambs.
I haven't taken care of myself.
Oh,
I'll do
she a big fat lady.
She's been trouble. Oh.
Yeah, Heat is, yeah.
Put the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again. I'd fuck me so hard. That's genius. And I remember he got and actually, I watched the Silence of the Lambs Criterion edition. I guess he and that actress were a thing for a while. The actress in The Hole, like they actually went out for a long time.
That'd be a difficult transition.
They were a couple. They basically fell in love on the set.
Huh.
Can you put me in a hole and call me a dirty whore again? Yeah, I'll do that for you, honey.
He's great in Big Sky, though. The
He's
show,
good. He's a good actor. Yeah,
the show's okay. Like, I won't say watch it. I'll just say, if you're into that, go ahead.
This is the one with people dying left and right. Out of nowhere.
The Ryan Philby gets shot in the head in the opening episode, and then nobody like. John Carroll Lynch did die.
Yes.
In episode 8, his wife kills him with a hammer.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll watch that. Shit.
She beats the shit out of him with a hammer and just walks out. And then the show changes gears and tells a different story. I'm like, what the fuck? It's weird.
Interesting. Is this a Netflix show?
No, it's ABC, but it's on Hulu.
Oh, it's ABC.
ABC.
Oh, wow.
It's on Hulu. It's only 16 episodes, the first season. You know, it reminds me of The Following.
So this is a network show then?
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be on in September, like this month. It's going to have
coming up
premiere.
soon. But it's a David E. Kelly show who did a show I've never fucking watched. The big, pretty big, whatever the fuck it's called.
Mrs. Michelle Pfeiffer. Mr. Michelle Pfeiffer.
He's white gold?
No, he's married to Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah. Who's white gold?
White gold!
Yeah. All right, so let's get to World Trade Center. I saw this movie probably, I don't know, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, somewhere around there. And I was like,
Right.
fuck it, I'll watch it. I did this thing where I started watching all these bad Nic Cage movies, like
The hell you say?
So I watched this and I was like, oh, it was way better than I thought it'd be. And I liked
Yes.
it. And I watched it again today and I was like, oh yeah, it's good. I like it.
Whatever.
But it's like, it feels too early. Like 5 years after seems way too early for this, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what threw me off when it first came out. I was just like, that's why I was kind of like, I don't like when you do a movie about something like that, like even the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood story, like you take an event that's horrible and you make a movie out of it. I just can't get behind that. It just cheapens it. I don't know. There has to be like 100 years separated between the two. I don't know before you make a movie about it.
Yeah, or you say all the proceeds of this movie are being donated to the victims fund.
Yeah, it's just you can't. I don't know.
So
And I know grant it's a true story, and I guess yes, that's good. It's a true story because it was like a really nice, it's a great story about these two guys surviving. But still, it's just like I just, it's Nic Cage and Michael Pena. They're actors. They're not the real people. This isn't real.
Yeah, I think a documentary from Oliver Stone would have sufficed. I think that's the route he should have went with. And but and this is where I say but, and I don't often defend Oliver Stone. I do like some of his movies, but I do have my issues with them. One of them being factual stories. He just can't do it. This one is probably the closest.
Yeah.
Because it's real simple. But I'm just glad he didn't do these are the facts of 9/11 and start to go into like who did this? So how we're going to solve it? This is what Bush is doing. Like they have someone playing Bush, like James Brolin.
Yeah.
And then they tied in with the W movie, that's a movie I got a fucking problem with. But
he did that one too, didn't he? Didn't Oliver Stone do W?
Yeah.
So that was his follow up was W. That's right.
2 years later, I think.
That's right.
So that's where I'm saying I have issues with Oliver Stone. He just does whatever the fuck, doesn't care about the truth.
Yeah, no.
But this one, I'm glad he didn't go that route. And that seems like an easier route. Instead, he just told a very personal story about these two guys who get trapped in the rubble. All of their friends die, and it's just them and their family, and they go back and forth. And that's it. It's a super simple story. We can't even really talk about the plot because it's just them getting trapped in the building, and then we see how the families have to deal with it, and then they cut back, and it's just that's it. That's really it. And then they get out. End of story. So I'm glad he kept it that simple and grounded.
Yeah,
and that's what made it feel less exploitative. He's not capitalizing on the 9/11 hysteria.
Right.
He's just saying, here's a simple story with these two guys that was true. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And again, it's like, would you watch United 93 again, or would you ever watch that? I've never seen it either.
I don't want to watch it
again because I don't want to. It's too fresh and it's a real story
and they're not alive, so none of that really happened the way
it did.
So it's hard to get aboard with that. Paul Greengrass there with his movie seems like he did the Oliver Stone route, which is just here's a movie about this and you know what I mean. It's about 9/11 stuff, so that'll really sell. I don't know. It just feels like I keep wanting to blame this movie for that, of just trying to pander to 9/11 hysteria, but it's really not. That's why I put it off for so long watching it.
Yeah.
The problem with the movie, though, is exactly what I just said. It's just cutting back between these two guys talking about their families and then seeing those families.
Right.
They don't talk about anything else. They have a couple of little fantasy sequences where Michael Pena sees Jesus, and then Nic Cage talks to his wife, Maria Bello.
Yeah, Maria Bello. Remember her?
Yeah.
She's a staple of the early aughts.
Oh, yeah. She's pretty.
She was in a bunch of movies in the aughts, and then she just disappeared forever.
There was a bunch of those actresses back then.
Well, I mean, she's like Nancy Travis of the aughts. Like,
Oh yeah.
Nancy Travis was 94, like the early 90s, and she disappeared. And she was replaced by Rachel Lee Cook, and then she was replaced by Maria Bello, and then Maggie Gyllenhaal for a minute was kind of doing the Maria Bello thing, and now we have who would be the modern day equivalent of Maria Bello right now? Oh, Rebecca Ferguson.
Yes,
Rebecca Ferguson's in everything right now. She will be gone and buried in 2 years.
And here's
We'll
the thing
never
with
see her again.
that entire list sub Nancy Travis. They're all really good actresses.
Yeah,
Like they're all solid. Nancy Travis, you know,
she's fine. Yeah, she's
fine. She's a
serviceable.
sitcom actress. She needs to be
Yeah.
in sitcoms, and
Yeah.
she's in So I Married an Axe Murderer and stuff like that. I think, right?
Exactly.
She's in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her. But yeah, it's Annie McDowell too. Before Nancy Travis,
Right. Yeah. She was in
on-
everything for a minute there.
yeah, and then vanished. And now, she's in she recently appeared in that great movie, Ready. Ready or Not. She's great.
Yeah, she's great in that. Yeah.
She gets her head beat in with a box.
Yeah.
Right. That movie's a lot of fun if you haven't watched it. Not sorry if I spoiled something, but you know what's going to happen when you watch it, so you're not caught off guard.
It's a great movie.
But there are some hilarious things that do catch you off guard in that movie. One of the daughters keeps killing all the staff on accident. The movie's great. Anyway, but it's just so simple that it's over 2 hours. It's 2 hours and 8 minutes. And I watched it all this morning at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my
And
god!
I'm sitting there, I'm like, we're almost done, right? An hour. There's over an hour left.
Oh no!
Because the building collapses like minute 40.
Oh no! Does it really? I don't remember.
Maybe earlier.
I feel like it was about half an hour in, maybe, or less. But
yeah,
maybe
it
not.
could be. But I will say this: 2 thoughts about the look of the movie. When they're all getting ready and they're going in, because basically the movie starts off with Nic Cage. He's leading his the Port Authority, the cops department of that, and he's like giving out the assignments. All these rookies like Michael Pena and his buddies in a bunch of movies, and a lot of character actors that you know. John Bernthal is one of them.
That's his first movie.
Is it?
Yeah, it says right here, John Bernthal's
He's
first
good.
movie. Yep.
He's good in this movie. He's barely in it, but he's got a couple scenes, and yeah, you could tell he's he's better than most of the people he's in there with.
Well, and I guess one of the the Marines that come back, I guess they come. Michael Shannon's one of them, and the other guy, I guess,
from Lost.
Yeah, well, I guess in real life, the guy was a black guy who came back, and because no one knew at the time, because he just he disappeared. No one knew what happened to that guy. It came out. Matter of fact, the guy was a black guy, and I guess they found him, and he says, no. He goes, I'm not mad. He said, they're trying to tell a good, positive story about it, so I'm all for it. He wasn't upset about it.
And that's kind of going back to the previous segment we did, which is the movie tries its best to like honor these men, because they are, especially with Stephen Dorff's character, he's going, we're gonna fucking die here, like let's get out of here, and the guys are like, no, we need to finish this, like let's. And Michael Pena's character is even like, cut off my leg if it saves his life. And they're like, they show both sides of that, which is like, I don't want to fucking die here, but we need to do this because it's the right thing to do. That's what later. And this fucking happened, and I'm watching, I'm like, it's so crazy to me that these guys would do this, because they're on a pile of rubble that can collapse at any minute, and they're all just standing there carrying a dude out. I'm like, fucking, like, it's intense. It is. Like, if you put yourselves in this, if you're willing to sit by in this movie and watch it for what it is, and realize this is true, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. It's sad to say, I don't think there's people like that anymore left.
Yeah.
That would do that nowadays. Everyone's so fucking selfish and spoiled.
They'd be so bored.
You're not going to No, I'm talking about the people who would save your life and try to help you. I don't think those people exist anymore, because they're just all the new kids, like half of them are shit. The other half are too stupid, and the other half are just fucking selfish.
Yeah, it's a different breed of person, and a special breed of person that would actually do this. And I mean, even Michael Shannon's character flies in from Connecticut and just goes,
Right.
I'm gonna help
Yeah.
these people.
Yeah.
Like, I got to do it. It's the right thing to do. I got to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And then he went and enlisted and did 2 tours in Afghanistan.
Yeah. Oh.
It's fucking crazy. I expected to show he died, and I was like, oh, good. He didn't die.
No, he didn't tell you he lived. Unless, yeah. But the real problem, though, is that smoke inhalation or the after effects of, because those people are dying today, and they've been dying since then. And fucking government, of course, was going to take that money away from them because, it's just too much. We're spending too much to help them with their medical bills. Like, you guys pay that forever, asshole.
Yeah.
That's what the taxes are good for. Like, that's what I want my taxes to go to, not fucking studying the fucking some nutcase drawing. I'm going to draw the birth of Jesus out of shit. So give me a government grant for that.
Yeah.
But let's not pay the medical bills of these fucking heroes.
These fucking heroes.
Assholes. Yeah,
Like,
it's unbelievable.
Like, I get that it's cops saving cops, but they're
Yeah.
also trying this. And when you see the stats at the end of the movie, you're like, fuck. Like 20 people were pulled out. That was it. Out of 3,000, whatever, you know.
Because they were dead. I mean, there's nothing you can do. They're dead.
It's fucking. Then that you get
That's
20,
crazy.
and you spent like around the clock trying to find people and risking their lives. And I'm sure some of those guys died too, like while trying to rescue.
A bunch of them did. Yeah, no, a lot of guys. I mean, it's just fuck. That's why I never forget. And we forgot because look what just happened now. It was fucking unbelievable.
Oh, I can tell we forgot because it's the 20th anniversary, and other than CNN running nonstop bullshit, I haven't heard anyone really mention it.
Well, it's a Saturday, that's why. If this was a weekday, you'd see it all over the place.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, it'll be all over football tomorrow.
Oh, definitely.
Football will be all 9/11'd out.
And I'm fine with that. I really have no problem with it.
Well, that's what Lewis Black said. He goes, after 9/11, when football came back on, he goes, I was tired of freedom. I pined to be a slave.
Yeah.
Because he goes, you're so sick of freedom.
Well, I have a problem with when they play the national anthem before every game. Why? I don't know what that has to do with any of it. But, the anniversary of 9/11, I kind of get it at that point.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it'd be good. But,
I'm not a flag-raving American. Like, America's a bit. No, we're okay. We're like, 7th or 8th best country to live in.
We're the best. No, we're probably the best country to live in because shit, even the poorest among us eat like kings. Do you see a poor skinny person? Nope, they're all fat here. This ain't Croatia.
I only do because there's all the drugs.
Well, no, that's why we have our poor homeless people are all drug addicts.
Yeah,
who just smoke all day and do drugs. I ran into some the other day. They go, "Hey man, do you know where I can get some methadone?" I was like, no, man, I'm sorry.
That was in Florida, to be fair, you said.
No, that was here in Modesto.
Oh, that was there.
No, Florida, they're all stupid. I don't think they're drug addicts.
They couldn't pronounce methadone there.
No, things that you got that. I got funny juice. I need my funny juice.
I need some meth light.
Methadone. I said, well, the juice bar used to be downtown, but I don't know where it is now because they closed it down. Because they used to leave their syringes everywhere, so they kind of shut it over. And it was by a neighborhood, so they said that was probably a bad idea to have the methadone
all the
addicts
kids walking in needles.
Yeah, probably a bad idea to have that over there by a neighborhood.
Yeah,
fucking idiots. I hate this world so much.
This movie has a 5.9 on IMDb.
Yeah, I'm sure I saw that. Well, I think the problem was this is again, it's a cable movie at best. It's like a Lifetime movie. It's kind of schmaltzy. I think it's not. If it was, I mean, because Oliver Stone, at least he tries to do it clinically, but I think there's a little bit of schmaltz there.
Commentary by director Oliver Stone.
Oh my god!
Commentary by Will Jimeno, Scott Strauss, John Bushing, and Patty McGee. That sounds like a miserable nightmare.
Was that the real guys?
The real people.
Oh my god!
I don't want to listen to that.
So okay, right here you see Nic Cage. He's laying down. Well, really, I was on a piece of broken glass the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's never shown in the movie.
I had rebar up my ass.
It was really painful.
They cut that out. I don't know why.
I mean, I get it. Nick
I said, Oliver, it was in my ass.
Nick said no. I'm not doing that, man.
Luckily, he's not on the commentary.
Oh, that would be so awesome if he was, though.
I
I
hope
just
he
want
has
to
this
say,
point.
I was buried under the road. So to prepare for the character of this character, I buried myself in concrete for 6 days. And my wife at the time, Patricia Arquette, got me out, and then she's divorced me.
I did think it was nice. I know what you mean by cable movie because it does have that feel.
Yeah, it's
The
very
way it
cheap.
plots
I don't
along
know.
the beginning, but
Yeah,
and part of that reason is because he didn't want to show the planes hit the building
yeah,
because it was 5 years after. He didn't want to show that, so that's what gives it that cable feel. Because they're just like, and you see the shadow, and you hear like, and the
right.
characters are like, "What's going on? What's going?" And then John Bernthal almost says the F word, but Nick Cage already used it, so he can't.
You got that one F word. That's all
Yeah.
you get.
Oh, he said
PG
it later, but
13.
yeah. But John Bernthal, what was that?
If it's not sexual,
Yeah.
if it's sexual, it's an R rating. If it's a non-sexual fuck, it is a completely PG-13 one and done. That's it.
And it wasn't for the swearing this movie get a PG.
Yeah, I think that's what it did.
But you know what I mean? They didn't show the planes. That's kind of was the TV feel where it's just like they're reacting to something we're not seeing. And that's done out of like respect almost. Or like we don't want to watch you don't need to see it. You saw it 10,000 times on repeat in the news. You don't need to watch it in this movie. We know what happened. It hit the building. And I like the part where they're trying to figure out what's going on. They're like, and the older cop is just like, must have been like a crop duster, didn't know how to blah blah blah. And he's like, it didn't hit. No, it wasn't a commercial airliner. Like, that's an accident. And then they hear
Well, that's what you remember. Well, I remember that day. I was in bed, and it was 6 o'clock on the West Coast, and it was the first day of junior college. So I was 19.
Oh wow.
And I remember getting up. My dad woke me up. He said a plane crashed in the World Trade Center. I said, "Really? Like a Cessna?" Like I said the same thing. I said it must have been a Cessna or something. And then I watched, and the second plane hit. I saw that live, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's not good."
No, I was in French class because it was I'm on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there, and then we hear in the announcement, "Turn on your news, classes are canceled." And
Hey, all right. Everybody goes, yeah.
Everyone turns on the news, and then we're sitting there. We sat in that one class the whole day instead of like going the next,
Well, sure, yeah.
And they turned the news, and I was like, "What happened?" And we were watching, and then suddenly during the news feed, you see that second plane. I was like, "Holy shit!" It's like, should we be watching this?
I remember that. And I had
to go. At the end of the day, or like a few hours later, the buildings collapsed, and we're just like, "Oh, I'm like." 17, I had no idea how to handle that information.
Yeah.
I remember having two separate thoughts. This is fucked up, and that's a genius idea.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, who would have thought that would... I mean, it is a genius idea.
And that's morbid, but that was how my 17-year-old brain handled that. And I was like, fuck, that's like, if you're a terrorist, that's a great idea.
Well, absolutely.
But don't fucking do that, but...
Yeah, well, now forever TSA ruined airport travel forever. Made it a fucking pain in the ass forever. And they still hasn't really done anything to prevent anything. It was just dumb luck. Because remember the underwear bomber? That guy got through TSA no problem. The bomb didn't go off because he was a dumb shit.
The city of New York absolutely prohibited the recreation of 9/11 destruction or chaos on location. The filmmakers were not even allowed to film actors looking upward toward where the towers would be.
Wow.
The drive of the officers up to the site was permitted to be filmed, but all scenes depicting events or near the World Trade Center were filmed in Los Angeles. Damn.
Wow.
It's crazy. There's so many facts in this. I'm not going to go over them, but most of it's going to be the real person, But United 93, I'll never watch. Flight 93 looks like a TV movie. Oh, this looks awful. This looks like a Stephen King Langoliers thing. Look at this. A&E movie.
Ooh.
2006 also.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Bad. Who's in
That's not the Paul Greengrass movie because that was what, 2009?
Oh, I just closed it. That's 2006 also.
Was it 2006? Oh my God.
Yeah,
the year of the 9/11 movies.
Guess so.
just like Armageddon and Deep
Three of them.
Impact.
It's crazy. Again, this is gonna be a short episode because we can't really discuss the movie that much because it's real simple. I thought some of the scenes of the rubbish or the rubble, I almost said carnage and rubble, so it was rubbish.
Rubbish, eh? Hello, rubbish.
It looked bad, some of it, and some of it looked really good. It was real hit or miss with the footage.
Yeah.
The most effective shot in the movie for me was all we see is that because they're in a lobby, the building starts to collapse. Nic Cage tells them in slow motion to run to the elevator shaft. They go in there, it falls down. Some of them die, and the building collapses. And he's sitting there. He's like, "I see light 20 feet up or so." He's like, "Should I go up there?" And Michael Pena is like, "Do not leave us. Like, come on, you gotta stay here." And you think it's like, "Oh, there's light, therefore we're right there. We're good." And then the camera pulls out and goes over the wreckage, and you're like, "Oh, they're never going to be found," because you realize it's in the middle of this just like massive pile of rubble.
Yeah.
I thought that shot was effective, but some of those shots on the outside of the building of the rubble just looked awful.
Now, are these guys still alive today?
I don't know.
Should look that up, maybe. Hold on, let me see.
I don't want to go down that sad rabbit hole.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to double check this World Trade Center movie.
And when you called these guys heroes earlier, and I agree, this is why I get pissed when people call like football players heroes.
Well, sure, yeah.
I get a little fucking angry when sports stars are heroes. Heroes don't need to get paid millions of dollars to go be what they are.
Yeah.
I mean, if a kid looks up to you, that's fine. You're not a hero still. You're just an idol to that kid.
Yeah.
But a hero, I don't know. I see that more like sacrificing yourself for someone else, a hero, than just hitting a baseball. But whatever.
Wow. So.
Oh, no.
Well, no, I'd say Stanley Paramath is the one of 18 people that survived the plane's impact zone with above or within. Only 18 people survived that hit, and he was, I guess, the last one, or
what does that mean?
He was only one of 18 to survive. So that shows you that. Oh, okay.
Like on the floor that it hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I never heard that one before.
No. Remember when Steve Renazizi from the league said that he was in the building, and then had to backtrack all that?
Yeah, because he's an asshole.
He lied about it.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
You don't make fun. You don't make up shit like that.
No. What a fucking idiot.
Oh, they had a brand new story about the guy, so he's still around.
Oh, good.
Tom Canavan, buried alive at the World Trade Center site. He was 47th floor of the North Tower on a conference call in his boss's office when the airline hit. Canavan and his colleagues from First Union, a brokerage firm. Oh, no, that wasn't him. Nah, they were just working. They weren't the cops or they were just there.
Oh, the real guy was in the movie. He plays a Port Authority officer. Yeah.
There you go.
Playing. That's good. Yeah, it's basically these two guys trying to survive. I thought the one guy was going to shoot himself in the head, but no, he fired a gun off in the air and then died.
Oh.
And then the gun went off when it got too heated down below. The gun started.
Oh shit! Off. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, you're basically just watching two people suffer for 2
hours.
And that is a bummer. But also, it says in the beginning, based on a book or based on the real life events of these two guys, so you know they're going to live. So you're not like sitting there waiting for them to die.
Yeah.
And that's kind of uplifting, I guess. This is a star-studded movie. Like, it's so many. It reminds me of a war movie. Because a lot of war movies just have a bunch of people who show up for a scene, like Ted Danson and, all the Thin Red Line has like 50 people show up for a scene, and then they're out.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of this, where it takes me a second to recognize them. So I'm like, "Who's this guy?" And I was like, "He looks so familiar." Oh, it's Steven Dorff. It took me a while to recognize him.
Oh wow, Steven Dorff was there.
Yeah, he's the one that pulls everyone out.
Oh, okay.
He goes down below. You haven't seen this since the theater, have you?
No, I have not.
Yeah.
It's long times I've seen this movie.
Yeah,
It's just one that you don't revisit. It's just like, you know what? Okay, I saw it once, I don't ever see it again. And I'm kind of like, I don't know. It's like I mean, it's important, but at the same time, it's like I can't separate myself from like the reality of it and people making a movie out of it.
Yeah, it's a big part of the problem for the movie for me, if I had to say, is I don't feel any sympathy with the movie language of cinema. I don't feel sympathy for the two characters trapped in the rubble.
Yeah.
I feel bad. Obviously, I feel bad because of the circumstances they're in and they're trying to save people. Obviously, I get that.
Right.
But the problem is the movie focuses all the sympathy on the wives. Like Maggie Gyllenhaal is pregnant and she's freaking the fuck out, obviously, and she's not handling it well. And her family's super supportive and they're trying to take care of her, but she's gonna freak out. And Maria Bello has all these kids and the house isn't finished and yada yada yada.
Right.
And you watch her and she feels like she's been disconnected from her husband for a while, so she's got some regrets there, and you get that. But the problem is all that comes from the side characters, not the people trapped in the rubble. And kind of takes me away from the point of the movie a little bit.
In this one, if I remember correctly, did Maria Bello have like a really bad Boston accent?
No.
Is she trying to do that? Oh, Bobby, gotta get Bobby back.
No. She's
like Diane Lane and that awful last the Storm movie. Ugh.
Maria Bello.
The Perfect Storm.
That. Perfect Storm's good. No, not Perfect Storm. No, I was thinking of the Ice Storm. Ice Storm's good.
Yeah, I'm talking about Perfect Storm with
Perfect
George
Storm,
Clooney.
That is something.
That movie sucks.
That's another movie that is similar to this, where it's all the husbands in danger, and it cuts back to all the wives, and they're trying to deal with it. It's very similar. That movie sucks, though.
That movie sucks.
I saw that in the theater, and I was fucking angry.
Yeah,
it just capsizes, and it was like credits. I'm like, fuck you! Like that's what I was talking about, where these guys live in World Trade Center.
Yeah.
So, but when you're watching that movie, you're like, come on, and they fucking all die, and you're like, fuck you, then.
Yeah.
It just made me mad. Because you're wallowing in misery there without that relief of, they got out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at least they got out. And nope, they're all dead.
You see the boat in the distance going.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god!
It might as well have been a tub toy, like a little kid playing.
Jesus,
goes below the water.
Fucking depressing.
Come on,
Wolfgang Peterson.
Wolfgang Peterson.
I want to do the movie about the man who died in the boats.
My second.
Das Boot. No, again, yeah. I do that again. It's one fun.
Just sadder,
It's very sad.
Why do I sound like Werner Herzog? I don't know.
No, I did not have a knife in the gulag.
The men were not there to survive.
And he goes, your American prison would be like a retirement home. He's right.
I want to play a little bit of Nic Cage's accent here.
It's because he has a Boston accent, doesn't he?
It's kind of Boston / New York.
Rodriguez, 9.
And if you notice, this guy is in different Nic Cage movies.
Host 1. Palavito. Sarge. 3.
Hold on.
Nice job on Friday.
Sarge.
Zulo. Sarge. 6.
This guy is in the National Treasure movies.
3-5.
Nic Cage looks older here. Yeah.
He's in the National Treasure movies.
Oh, wow.
9.
Nic Cage looks old in this movie. Is that makeup or was that just him?
Listen up. Be on the lookout for this girl. Zoe Cowley.
This guy shows up later, like when they get back, and he's covered in blood. And they're just like, there's not many people with him. And the guys just realize that. And that's what a lot of this movie is made up of bystanders watching this and commenting on it. And that I find that more effective. because it's just like, oh, and they're all kind of just going, this is fucked.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's what we felt like watching 9/11 stuff.
Right.
We
yeah.
weren't a part of it, so you're just going, and it's all like speculative.
Yeah.
It's all like people talking about like, oh, the John Bernthal shows up and he's like, oh, fucking plane hit the Pentagon. They blew up the Pentagon, like some bombs or something, but they didn't really know the full facts.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what a lot of this felt like in real time when this is going on.
Well, yeah, and for months or weeks into it, they still didn't know.
Yeah.
And they were still trying to figure everything out. And then you got these assholes who have their fucking conspiracy theories, and he's like, "Oh, shut up! No conspiracy theories, Jesus Christ!"
Just let it be sad. It's fine. Just
Yeah, it's just like there's nobody. Only your government wouldn't do that to their own people. It wasn't like that to go to blood for oil. Bush is evil, Just people. There's bad people out there. They do bad things, and then you gotta, it's just like what Bill Murray said. Sometimes shit happens. No one knows who to turn to, and who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters 2.
yeah.
And he's right.
And at worst, I think what happened is they ignored the obvious signs that it was going to happen.
Right. Yeah.
And that's about as deep in the conspiracy things as I get.
Yeah.
Here's
Well,
what
it's like what Alan Moore said, Alan Moore. He goes, "I think there's no such thing as conspiracy theory. We're all rudderless. Mankind is. There's no giant plan for things. Just people do shit and they cash in on it, or they don't, or whatever." I mean that's nobody care. I mean there is no grand scheme to shit.
my camera turned off.
Oh my god, they're in. They know. They're in on it.
Loose change.
Get out of here.
That was weird.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
You know who did that?
Both my audio and my video went off there.
You know why? A little problem. A little egomaniac.
Oliver Stone?
Lee Martin. He heard you. He answered the siren's call. He's coming for you, baby.
That's all right. All right. Here's my rankings for this movie. Here's where this falls.
Yeah, where would this be on that? Oh, wow, look at that.
I'm putting it up there because Nic Cage has a lot of bad movies.
Oh, yes, he does.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 14 on my quality movie.
Wow.
Put number 11 in my quality Cage. He's good in this.
No.
He doesn't get a chance to do a whole lot.
Well, it's a subdued Cage. This is Pig Cage,
It's a little character moment. He doesn't.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe Cage in this movie. He plays a real life dude who's not a quirky Cage character. So he's just there, and he does a good job. But he didn't scream too much, only when it was appropriate.
Yeah.
He did a good job. I put it number 11 on the quality of Cage. A little bit higher than the movie itself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to defend it that much. I can move it around later. I don't know. Let's get out of here, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
We're done describing this movie.
Let's go get dressed up and liquored up for Jansen's birthday.
Today is Jansen's birthday. He's 30.
30?
Fucker just hit 30.
Oh my god, he looks
As
like
we're
he's
looking,
40.
As we're looking at 40, he just turned 30.
Oh my god, he looks terrible. He needs to start taking those multivitamins.
Adam was 47 and he looked better. Man.
Ooh. Ouch.
All right. Next time, I said this last week as well, but next time should be Valley Girl 83 versus 2020.
I might not be available for that one. I'm not sure yet.
Fucking do it.
I try. I don't have them. I gotta watch them on the stupid imaginary drive with things on it that I have to watch because I'm so fucked. I can't do it. I don't know. Well, we'll see. I'll try.
I think it'll be fun.
If I don't make it,
I have a feeling I'm here next week by myself because Jansen's
probably
out like 3-4 weeks in a row now.
Yeah. Well, he did watch Leaving Las Vegas. He just didn't.
Yeah, I had to delay it because I was sick.
He did watch it, so
I can ask him about that next time.
There you go.
if he shows up. And then after that is Snake Eyes versus Looking Glass.
Well, that's more fun.
And then Prisoners of the Ghostland, if I can find a copy of it.
My God. So wait. What's
I can't
Looking Glass? So I've never heard of this.
It's him and what is her fucking name?
Is this a new movie?
2018.
Oh my God.
I tried to do some that are like 20 years apart. So Snake Eyes 98, Looking Glass 2018.
Oh wow. Okay.
Him and Robin Tunney. And they just bought a hotel and they're gonna run it. And they start finding all this weird shit that the last owner had, like secret rooms in the back with mirrors.
Okay, I can get behind that one.
It's a movie. That's all I'll say.
You saw it already.
I've seen every Nic Cage movie.
I've seen everything. Yeah, oh, good. Thank you. Thank you for that.
It's not good. Snake Eyes is way better. At least that has De Palma behind it. This is
No, Snake Eyes is a good. Yeah, Snake Eyes is fun. I can't wait to rewatch Snake Eyes.
get Gary Sinise and
Oh yeah, no, I'll definitely watch Snake Eyes.
that is a coked out Nic Cage if there ever was one.
Yeah, that might be another stage of Cage. Snake Eye Cage.
I think Snake Eyes is his wildest movie, his wildest performance.
Well, next to Face Off.
No, Face Off, he's actually subdued compared to Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes, he's screaming like a lunatic because he's supposed to be coked out.
Well, in the first 20 minutes of Face
Yeah.
Off, he's coked out.
Woo!
Snake Eyes
He's
Cage.
screaming and
Yeah.
and then he's trying to solve a mystery.
Hallelujah.
And you got that guy,
Face Off.
the boxer dude who's supposed
Yeah.
to throw it, and it's just a fucking nightmare. And you got what's her name, who I would totally still bang.
Oh, Carter Gugino.
Yeah, Carla Gugino.
Oh my God, I wanted that. Oh my God, she's my top 5. She's so great.
Yeah,
Even today, I don't care.
she's the
Because
reason you need to watch Sin City.
Oh, I've seen Sin City. Oh, absolutely yes.
She's the only reason you need to watch Sin City.
Well, no, Sin City 2 is even better. Even
Eva
Green.
Yeah,
Nate
but
knew that the whole movie.
I don't think it's better, but it is. Yeah,
It's close. Eva
close.
Green's my top 5 too.
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
in there.
and plus Mickey Rourke is in my top 5 too. So
Mickey Rourke, absolutely, 100%.
I want him with the bandages.
Now that's a man, absolutely.
He'll hit abroad.
I'll hit him, broad, but also I'll fucking talk shit on the director because he's an asshole. And fuck you, and I hate my career because I self-destruct every 5 years.
Well, you could have got out the whole time. Why didn't you then? He's
Yeah.
in the chair and he just throws the rope sling.
Oh,
I wanted to hear a plan first. Well, as
Yeah.
he would say it.
you ever see Angel Heart?
No.
Watch Angel Heart. I've heard about it for years. I finally sat down to actually watch it. It's fucking good. It's fucking dark. It's a dark fucking movie.
Is that him and De Niro?
Yeah,
Is that
it's
Barry Levinson?
dark. No, it's some other guy.
Oh, really?
It's Alan Pakula. I can't remember.
Oh.
It's a director that does random artsy movies and then disappears and does what he pops up every now and then.
So he sounds like he lives in the African jungles and makes
Yes,
movies.
Hurricane.
And
In the eye of a hurricane.
I
No,
love
it's much. Yeah, no. Watch Angel Heart. It's good. It's like holy shit.
I don't want to say Andy Rourke. Mickey Rourke plays the devil, right? Or De Niro plays the devil.
De Niro is the devil, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
It's you can probably figure it out within like 20 minutes, but
Yeah.
it's fucking dark.
Okay, I'll
It
check
is
it out.
so dark.
There's certain movies I want to watch that I'm just like, it could be terrible. Like King of New York, Christopher Walken, King of New York.
Love it. King of New York's great.
To Live and Die in L.A.
I haven't watched that one yet either. I didn't watch that one.
And then Angel Heart.
Yeah.
Those 3 movies, I'm like, I think I would like them, but what if I hate it? I
No,
just keep that as a mystery in my head.
King of New York is so different, but it's awesome. And Lawrence Fishburne is fucking great. And he's a madman. He's nuts. He's just a crazy, like, goofy gangster, but like he's dangerous and he's insane.
Like he
And then-
runs a bird thing on top of a building, like he does.
Yes, yeah. No, this is like a psychotic, like street thug that would be like this would be what a street thug would be like. He's just nuts. He's just crazy. And then the best part is when David
Alan
what's
Greer.
his, no the redhead from NYPD Blue.
Oh, David Caruso.
David Caruso.
Huh.
Fucking David Caruso gets his head blown off by Christopher Walken.
Oh,
with
nice.
a fucking sawed-off shotgun. It's beautiful.
We are watching a David Caruso movie on this show. Nic Cage.
Oh my god!
On
Kiss of Death.
Kiss of Death on 10/17/21.
Oh my god! I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
It's the jacked Nic Cage.
You got an acronym for
Jackalus
yourself?
Cage.
You got an acronym for your so mine's balls. Oh shit!
Badass son of a sailor.
Something like that.
There's no L there.
Whatever. It's something stupid.
I put 2 S's instead of 2 L's.
It's something stupid.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember that movie that well. I have to watch that again.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I remember Ving Rhames is in it.
Yeah, and Samuel Jackson.
Sam
But
Jackson.
I went back and rewatched. I watched all the Cage movies I hadn't seen. I didn't rewatch the movies I haven't seen in a long time. So Kiss of Death is kind of blank in my mind. But yeah, World Trade Center, I gave you a 7.
Yeah, 7, solid. Yeah.
I don't know why it has less than a 6 on IMDb. I don't. What were you expecting? I think it's people who were just like, this is sad, therefore no. Like Jansen and Adam would be.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, again, it's like, I don't know. Because, again, it's Hollywood, so are they doing it for the Oscar, even though they never got nominated for anything? And, like, was it this sort of calloused reasoning to make it, or was there a reasoning to make it they wanted to sort of show reverence, but at the same time, it's like, you didn't give any of the money to the people.
They might have.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think Paramount didn't give a fuck. Oliver Stone cared.
Maybe, yeah.
Oliver Stone does stuff for free all the fucking time. All his weird, like, I'm going to go interview Castro. He's not making much money off that. Like, I think because otherwise he wouldn't have made those credits, like, very specific and long. Like, the ending is just like, this person, it's not like the normal Hollywood.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, this is how many people, and it slowly pops up. These guys were pulled out. Only 20 people were pulled out. These guys are number 18 and 19.
Wow.
It's like, and it keeps going like specifics.
Right.
So Oliver Stone gave a shit about telling this story, because you can tell when you watch the movie, he was respectful of everything. I don't think Paramount gave a shit though.
No.
Why would they?
Corporate movie making is the worst thing ever. I
just think it was way too early to make this movie. They should have waited 5 more years at least.
Well, I think that's, but yeah, again, it's like, I don't know. And again, United 93 came out the same year, so was it, oh my God, we can cash in on this. This is,
we waited 5 years. Good.
I mean, it's like,
I'll never watch United 93.
No,
First of all, I hate Paul Greengrass and the way he holds the camera.
I hate his style anyway.
I can't. I've only seen the Born Identity movies.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Oh my God!
You can't watch a Paul Greengrass movie? Why? What's the point? See, if you're listening on the podcast, you don't know what I'm doing.
If you're watching it, you're throwing up violently.
That's a visual gag. Yeah. Oh fuck! I'm busy.
Yeah, I can't stand the look of his movies. I've only seen a couple of them, but they both, like, everyone I've watched of his, I'm like, stop. Yeah. It's like the first Batman movie that Nolan did, and you're like, back the fuck up, dude. Yeah, and he realized that, and so the other 2 movies, he's more restraint.
He did a little bit. His action got better as the movies progressed.
Yeah,
and even in Tenet, it's better. The action's
way better.
No.
Yeah.
I like Tenet. I thought Tenet was good.
Tenet was good.
I enjoyed it. I need to buy that one.
It's okay.
I didn't buy that yet.
Inception's way better. It reminds me a lot of that.
It's very Inception-y.
Yeah. Let's get out of here, though, right?
Yes.
Bye.
Be gone with you, Cage.
Citizens of Wonderland, rejoice in the fact that we have covered another movie on the show. Go to liwstudios.com for more videos and podcasts. Subscribe to Loitering in Wonderland on YouTube. Search on Amazon for books by Richard Pierce. Until next time, and in the meantime, we are Phoenix West, Dick Dickett and Jansen Carlin. So long, citizens. All hail our glorious leader. Shut off the fucking show now.